This is another bite-sized drafting tutorial on how to draft a diagonal pocket. Diagonal pocket is when you have, for example, a pencil skirt or a pair of trousers, and you've got your pocket entry like that, and then you got your pocket back inside. So I'm going to show you how to draft it. You can use it on trousers, on a fitted skirt like that, but also on a wide skirt. I'm going to show you how to do it on a fairly fitted skirt, because that's one very clever trick I want you to learn. The first thing you need to do is get a piece of drafting paper and trace around your trousers or skirt, the front only. You can see I've marked my center front, the top and my side, and this is the notch most patterns have. It shows your hip, and that's quite an important one because that's when it goes from straight down your leg to up curved into your waist. So the first thing I need to do is just to draw in my diagonal pocket, and that can be any shape you want. You always have to think about how to get your hand inside, and the rest is really up to style. And if you want a really specific style, have a look on a garment you like or online and copy that. So I'm just going to draw my entry, and then I will draw my pocket bag. And pocket bags are the same for women and men. The only difference is for men they're normally longer, because men tend to have bigger hands, but you can feel free to change it as you like it. So I'm going to draw the pocket bag, so you need to have enough space so it's deep enough to get in whatever you want to do. So it might be quite narrow if it's just your tissue, or you might want to quite deep, because it's quite annoying if you buy certain garments that have really shallow pockets and then your phone falls out all the time. So put your phone on and see where it fits in. And we start at a right angle. And then we've got our curve, and then you go up diagonally. So you don't go up straight, because that's quite a lot of bulk, and you don't want lots of bulky fabric around your stomach area, your front. You want it to be quite nice and unobtrusive. So I'm going to go out at an angle and then draw in that curve. And it doesn't have to be a curve. It could easily be straight or angled or shaped, and sometimes it's quite nice if it's top stitched as well. I've got a lovely dress where they've done the coat, but when they've done it rather than curved, with a straight angle, and then it's top stitched, so you get a real detail, which I love. So this is your pocket. Put one little notch roughly in the middle, and then we will put a piece of paper on it and trace through it. And that trace is your insert. So that's my first layer. I'm going to quickly cut it out to show you. So this is my pocket bag, which gets inserted inside and which will sit inside. And sometimes a pocket bag, for example, also has a facing. And you have a facing out of the self fabric, so it looks prettier when you look inside, and it's got a more substantial edge to your pocket opening. And that's the bit you would also fuse or mount to make it stronger. And you'd always fuse your pocket entry. So this is our pocket bag with the facing sorted. Next, we're actually gonna trace around the whole outside pocket and the whole side seam up to the waistband. And that's the back of your pocket. So again, I'm going to just trace around quickly. And I'm being a bit naughty because I'm just tracing without fixing down the paper. If you're tracing anything complicated, you should pin your piece of paper together, because there's nothing worse than if you slightly move your paper and it's all wrong. So I'm doing bad practice. So you at home should do good practice. Don't follow my lead. So I've just traced on the whole outside of my pocket bag and my side seam. And I'm just going to quickly mark the bottom where my pocket hits, my notch, and also the top where my pocket lining goes in. And this is going to be the back of my pocket. So I'm going to cut that out again for you. So you can see it's the same size of the skirt. Now I'm going to cut out the skirt so I can see how to put it all together. So I've cut out my skirt, and I've also cut along my pocket entry. So I can take that away now, the edge, and now you can see how my pocket is put together. So this is how it's going to look from the outside. And then from the inside you also have your pocket bag. So that's your diagonal pocket finished. And it's going to be very lovely, I'm sure. So you're going to just write facing for the bag, and you can mount that or fuse it. This is your bag, and this is your bag, which is probably not the perfect terminology, but it sounds quite nice. So this is your basic diagonal pocket finish. I'm going to put some nice examples on Instagram because there's so many versions which are beautiful and which hopefully you like as well. And for an A-line skirt or loose trousers you finished, you can make it all up, and you always stitch your facing to your bag first, then you stitch your bag to your opening, then you stitch the whole outside of your bag, then you stitch the waist, and then last you stitch your side seam. And that's all finished and done. I'm going to show you one little trick. If you have a fitted pencil skirt, this is really important. So at the moment, this entry is really flat. So it'd be quite hard to get into if the skirt is really fitted. So what you do is you create a little bit of ease in this area so you can get your hand in and it looks good. Because if you don't do it, it's going to sort of flatten your bum and look really unflattering. So all you do is you mark halfway down your pocket entry, you draw a line down, and then you draw a line across from your side seam. And that line should be above your notch, because that's where you have the shaping, so you can easily create some excess. Once you've done it, you just cut it open and you open it up. And can you see I've now got some ease in my pocket and I've got a little bit of ease in my entry. And you just tape some paper underneath it, and then you redraw your line so it's nice and straight, and it just be a little bit longer so you can easily get inside. And once you've done that, you just redraw your pocket bag and you got a fantastic fitting pocket. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and enjoy making your pocket.